Assalamu alaikum. So, today I want to talk about what I have been recently writing about. And of course, it is something to do with social, economic, political behaviors of citizens in a nation state. Well, Pakistan, being a Pakistani, of course, and being somebody from subcontinent India, we know that democracy is a very important concept of political governance. It empowers uh, every individual in a nation state. But then, if you try to understand uh, that why democracy should ensure economic development, you then have to understand the economic performance trajectories around the globe. I mean, democracy is a concept that is well practiced in developed countries, for example, United States of America, Canada, Europe, Australia. And then after the Cold War, most of the developing countries are also following a democratic political system. But then there are certain outliers. For example, one of the most prominent economy that has performed really well, it is the second highest income country, and of course it is China. And China has a less than democratic rule. China is being ruled by one party government, which is called CDC. The Chinese president is the name is Jin and Li Jinping, and uh, he basically has a unique governance structure, whereby if you look at the governance policies of China, it seems that, of course, there is political stability, there is no political unrest happening in China. Uh, uh, Chinese economic performance is more than exceptional for more than 2 decades. Since 1990s, China has been sustainably growing. The economy is growing at more than 6% growth rate, GDP growth rate. Uh, China is the most prominent country which is able to export to all destinations, to all continents of the world. Uh, Developing countries, developed regions of Europe, United States of America, Canada, hugely rely on Chinese exports. So uh, it seems to be, though it all started this growth, economic growth revolution, this economic revolution in China really started in 1990s when China introduced private property rights, uh, where it allowed private citizens to own capital, while simultaneously it developed economic zones all around the country. Economic zones which were then connected by international supply chains and value chains to America and European industries. And therefore, uh, uh, in genuine economic revolution took place in China. But then, what about political stability in China? Why people there's generally no civil unrest? That has to be defined through, I think, uh, what human behavior is all about. And it seems to be that if you can ensure uh, citizen rights, whereas trust of the citizens on the government increases, you may have a less than democratic political system. For example, if dignity and trust of citizens are ensured, where in the case of China, more than 500 million people who were earlier poor, who came below the poverty line, are now middle class Chinese. And that helped a lot. Of this this that poor are transforming they have significant increase in their incomes. They had a lot of job opportunities because China could have a thriving industrial sector and services sector. uh, and somehow the trust and dignity of Chinese citizens were preserved, and therefore China could have a society, have a stable society where generally there is uh, political stability, there is motivation to work and add positively through higher incomes to household lifestyles.